Game of Thrones is considered by many to be one of the best and most popular shows ever, oozing with violence, political intrigue, and a whole lot of sex. The show makes great use of HBO's Uncensored network. Despite the mature nature of the show, that doesn't stop the actors from occasionally making a mistake and turning a serious scene into a hilarious blooper. Here are Screen Rant's 10 funny bloopers from dramatic Game of Thrones scenes. Like what you see? Give us a like, or subscribe to the channel. Dancing Tyrion. While on trial for the murder of King Joffrey, Tyrion Lannister is marched through the throne room to be presented to a jury to decide his fate. It's a super serious scene that sees the Lannister family tension reaching its tipping point, with betrayal and hatred reaching maximum levels. All that seriousness didn't stop Peter Dinklage and Nikolai Coster-Waldau from bursting into the Great Hall in synchronized dancing formation and singing, leading up to Tyrion dancing by himself on the podium. The scene was instantly turned into a GIF and has seen its share of remixes online. Flame On. While in his dungeon cell, Tyrion has a conversation with Prince Oberyn. The scene initially is a somber reminder of the dark history the Lannisters have and how the Red Viper is going to help Tyrion help himself. The dungeon setting helped elevate the door scene, but it didn't stop the actor who plays the Prince of Dorne from knocking a torch and almost setting his shoulder on fire. Smooth moves there, Your Majesty.
If I may, a word in private.
What's in a word? Tyrion and Oberyn's first scene together saw the Prince of Dorne viciously knifing 2 Lannister guards in annoyance before Tyrion walked into the room. The screams of pain and Oberyn's obvious enjoyment created quite a first impression. That didn't stop Peter Dinklage from messing up his lines though, mispronouncing the word private shortly after entering the scene. Dinklage laughs himself out of frame while Jerome Flynn bursts into laughter right next to him.
You need to learn how to swing a sword, how to...
Slip and curse. On more than one occasion, Game of Thrones actors have been caught slipping on stairs while they deliver powerful monologues. Oberyn, Littlefinger, and Cersei have all missed a step while descending a staircase, resulting in either silly faces or outbursts of more swearing. Nothing beats Emilia Clarke slipping on the floor, however, and bursting into hysterical laughter.
Can your little birds get a message to the good masters of Astapor, the wise masters of Yunkai, and the benevolent?
Line? Poor old Tyrion. After being exiled to Essos, the dwarf eventually ends up in the court of Daenerys and aids her in her quest for reclaiming the Iron Throne. In order to do that, the clever Lannister works with Varys in sending out messages to all of Dany's opposing factions in Essos. These include the good masters of Astapor, the wise masters of Yunkai, and, well, Peter Dinklage just couldn't seem to be able to say the benevolent enslavers of Volantis. Attempt after attempt was met with swearing and slurring, each mix-up being equally hysterical. Feeling exposed. Lying dead on a cold wooden slab, Kit Harington had to play dead for a few episodes before coming back to life as Jon Snow in season 6. But while the fan favorite lay there motionless, the Red Priestess Melisandre had to examine the corpse, pulling back the cloth that was covering most of Harington's body. When pulled away, Harington jokingly rushes to cover the tiny loincloth he's wearing, getting laughs from his castmates. Got wood? The Hound made a comeback in season 6 after being presumed left for dead. Working as a simple man now, he decided to make himself useful and chop some wood for the fire for Ian McShane and company. However, that axe must have been extra sharp as it decided to not cooperate with actor Rory McCann as it wedged itself into the wood, causing quite a bit of swearing from McCann. A similar incident happened when the Wildings attacked the wall in season 4, when a Then got his axe caught in a weapons rack.
I don't trust the benevolent.
Still feeling benevolent. Remember how Peter Dinklage couldn't get past the word benevolent? Well, turns out the crew on set wouldn't let him forget it either. While preparing for another scene, Dinklage is approached and informed of changes being made to the script. What he wasn't told was the crew were in fact playing a joke on him, bringing up that old line yet again. Peter's so taken aback, he ends up spewing his water out of his mouth. Out of fashion. Maybe that's why capes went out of fashion. During the battle for the wall, Edison Tollett commands troops to ready their arrows against the wildling attackers. What he didn't take into account was the wind machines blowing the cape into his face. Hope that isn't a common occurrence during battles. Yikes. Daenerys, Queen of Swearing. It seems swearing when one mixes up their lines is a common practice for Thrones actors, and none is more adept than Khaleesi herself. Emilia Clarke has been caught multiple times bursting into swearing fits when she messes something up, whether it's mounted on top of a pre-CGI dragon delivering a speech in a made-up language or receiving flowers from a suitor. Seems the Queen has quite the vocabulary.
my Dothraki!
Those are our picks for the funniest Game of Thrones bloopers from dramatic scenes. Did we miss any? What was your favorite Game of Thrones scene of all time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.